short time at least, the British Isles featured two KMG Tangos that traveled all over the UK and Ireland. While they both did all the major fairs, there were times when they both opened on the same ground, at the same time. When the Tango was first announced, many saw this as KMG's answer to Mondial's massively popular Top Scan, but the reality was the two rides were totally different. The Tango was a hot seller from the start for KMG, with 6 examples going into operation between 2001 and 2002, while a 7th machine opened in Australia in 2007. The World's Fair reported in an issue at the time that 4 Tangos had been ordered, and that one was destined for a British Showman. Tango number 6 was the number given to Billy Crow's machine. Originally listed as Straosphere on the Nottingham Goose Fair Map in 2002, the name would change before this Tango reached our shores. Billy Crow's Tango was to be called Equinox, and appropriately for the time of year it was the same month as the autumn equinox, when it opened at its first fair in September 2002, at the famous Doncaster St. Leger. Equinox then went on to Stokesley Show, Nottingham Goose Fair and then Hull Fair where it would be next to Top Buzz 2. Over the years it opened all over, including major fairs in England such as Nottingham Goose Fair, Hull Fair, Newcastle Hoppings, Stokesley, Boston, its hometown of Northallerton, Northampton, Oxford St Giles, Lincoln, Ilkeston, Leeds, Milton Keynes, Wirral Show, and Loughborough to name a few. Equinox also visited Cork and Dublin in Ireland, Kirkcaldy in Scotland, and Cardiff in Wales. It also went abroad going to the Middle East on one occasion over the winter. In 2006, Perrin was looking for a new extreme ride to replace the ARM Stargate that he had been traveling. As luck would have it, a Tango was for sale after being refurbished. Perrin Tango was number 3 originally new to Amusements of America in the USA, before being sent back to KMG at the end of the 2003 season. For 2004 and 2005 Tony Krohn would travel Tango in the Netherlands, before selling the ride to Perrin over the winter. Perrin Tango would open at Hampton Court Easter Fair in London for its first fair. Like Billy Crow, Perrin would travel his machine widely as well, not only opening at the Big 3, Nottingham, Newcastle, and Hull, but he also would not only go to Kirkcaldy in Scotland, but right up to Inverness, as well as Dundee and Bathgate. Tango also opened just feet away from Top Buzz 2 for one night at Nottingham Bonfire Fair. He also opened in the south as well at Bristol Thunderworld, and the famous Epsom Derby. Like Equinox, Tango would open abroad at La Palmyre Luna Park in France, for the summer of 2015. Both Tango and Equinox opened on the same ground together at Newcastle and Hull on more than one occasion. The KMG Tango was seen as a very hit-and-miss machine by some showmen. At the big fairs and festivals, they could be the top turn where lots of young adults were looking for an extreme thrill ride, but on smaller grounds, with a younger family crowd, these rides could be seen as too intense. One country that seemed to take to the Tango was the USA. Currently 5 of the 7 Tangos built operate there. With the Top Scan being too big and heavy for most American showmen, the Tango was seen as the more practical option for those looking for a spectacular machine at the time. As it turned out, both Equinox and Tango would get sold to the USA. Equinox was sold first in September 2012, while Tango would go stateside in February 2016. Both machines are fondly remembered as a spectacular machine to watch, but were very uncomfortable to ride. Even now, after over 20 years since most people first rode a Tango, many will say that the KMG Tango is still one of the most extreme rides ever made. The Fun Fair Rides video channel features hundreds of fairground videos from the past 20 years. Thank you for watching this Fun Fair Rides video.